Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. I am Amanda Cromhope from Truth Loyalty and the Blind Loyalty Trust. We interview world leaders in loyalty blindly. The challenge is about creating loyalty insight spontaneously and about a lot of fun. Simultaneously, it is about raising the awareness of the Blind Loyalty Trust, and 100% of the proceeds from my book, Blind Loyalty 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified, go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Today's Blind Loyalty Challenge is with someone I'm extremely excited to talk to for many, many reasons, because I know she's going to give amazing answers, but also because she's a very good friend of Truth. She used to work at Truth. She was with us in the foundation stages of building our lovely loyalty company. So I welcome Roz Netto. She's Global Head of Loyalty for Virgin Active. Roz, it's great to have you on the Blind Loyalty Challenge.
It's great to finally be on the show, Amanda. I know we rescheduled this a few times, so yeah. Nonetheless, still bloody nervous to answer your question.
Yeah, I
But
was
give me your
wondering
best
if
shot.
the rescheduling was from nerves or diary conflicts. But
Oh
okay,
dear.
your first question isn't set by me, it's set by someone else, but I think it's one of the most asked questions of all loyalty discussions. AI, friend or
Uh,
foe?
friend,
And tell me
friend.
why.
Actually, acquaintance for now. Still early dating phase, maybe even. Um, No, I absolutely can see the benefits of that, especially when fast tracking. I wouldn't say necessarily, look, of course, the loyalty platforms out there are all offering some kind of module that can assist in you streamlining how you set things up. I just got off a call earlier this week with not really a rewards platform, but I'm pretty sure that in the same space it would be that is you tell the system what you want to create from a rewards offer, who you want to target. You literally talk into the platform and it will curate something for you. What a dream. So I think in that
Yeah.
space and being able to just assist those who are on the day-to-day operational side of setting up rewards and campaigns, I think that element of it being a tool to help you, from an efficiency perspective, absolutely friend. I think foe, to be honest, is if you rely too much on it and you yourself become quite, I say, linear or transactional, where you forget the emotional, personal things inherently about the brand or about your end consumer. You should be receiving that campaign or reward. I think that's ultimately, of course, where it could be completely turned on its head.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say it's a combination of absolutely efficiency, fantastic. I wish in our space we could adopt them a lot quicker. But I think there's that
Yeah.
line where you can cross where it becomes, disconnected to what you might be actually needing to achieve at the end of the day. Um, and how it lands with your
So
customer.
So your description there of being able to talk at the computer and it just magically produces loyalty rules in a campaign is utopia for me. I absolutely hate writing briefs,
Yeah.
as I'm sure most of us do. So yeah, you're absolutely right there. It's a balance and it can't be all or nothing. So, okay, my second question in blind loyalty, which I think you know well, chapter
Mhm.
79 is around the wellness industry. You are firmly in the center of the wellness industry. What would you say is the most important KPI for you as a business in the wellness industry for loyalty and rewards?
Okay. I mean, I might just scroll to the chapter and just refresh my mind. No, I'm joking. Okay. So I had considered this because yes, I'm living and breathing this conversation all the time. And retention is one of the obvious ones, of course. Like that is a massive KPI, and it's often debated around the to what extent does your rewards program support that metric, because it cannot be rewards alone that contributes to you defining what that retention number is, etc. Um, I guess, but putting that aside, because absolutely rewards plays a massive role in contributing to retention in our space. we know that if we provide our members with the tools to help them along their wellness journey, and the tool being a rewards program, our facilities, that combination of everything we offer as a business, no doubt that will help support our retention goals, which is a massive KPI. The other KPI, which we're exploring and we've certainly need to remind ourselves all the time of, is that how do we track the emotional loyalty KPI? And that's, looking beyond your CSATs and your NPSs, it gets really difficult. But that is something that we really aspire to within Virgin Active, and even in my previous role at Kauai, is what is that emotional loyalty that we can bring to the table? And often there's the debate, well, how do you measure it? And is it hitting the bottom line? And how do you actually measure this thing on a feel good factor? And that, I say, I don't really have the single answer for, other than at the moment we're looking at, we certainly look at the NPSs and the CSATs. For us, it's like how you make that member feel when they enter into your space physically or digitally. And we're working really hard at knowing that at the moment you kind of transcend through this program of ours, which rewards you with this extrinsic motivation, which is really important to help you form your good habits, get you into a good process of habit formation. It makes you feel good. It's an instant gratification. But then the ideal would be to start moving you into a space where you're less reliant on that extrinsic motivation, that extrinsic reward, and that kind of you transcend into intrinsic, and that's where the emotional loyalty stuff really plays a massive role. It's that virtual pat on the back. It's that message that hits you at the time where you're going, oh, okay, I really just needed that extra nudge. It's that bit of personalization that acknowledges the possible reason why you weren't in our facilities, and how do we adapt something that feels tailored to you. And that measurement is, I think, is one of the most important in that wellness space. Because wellness is emotional. Wellness is such a internal commitment to yourself. So I don't think the novelty of anything tangible eventually wears off. So how do you make me feel is what we're trying to measure.
I think I've shared with you one of my favorite moments in Virgin Active was many years ago when I used to do quite a lot of cycling, that I trotted off to the Virgin Active gym for a spinning class, I'm sure, on the week of the Cape Town Cycle Tour. For those who don't know, it is, I think, the world's biggest cycle tour in terms of number of people cycling around the province. And as I walked through, the receptionist literally said to me, "Hey, good luck on Sunday." So there's obviously a connectivity between Virgin Active's sponsorship of the event. It flagged it at the receptionist. And just those words gave me such a spring in my step, which talks to everything you've just said about. And it really resonated with me about joining the dots in the right way. And it wasn't creepy. It was just beautiful. It was fantastic. So I guess that hopefully brings that completely to life. My last question, Roz, easy peasy for you. Chapter 44, we talk about non-transactional behaviors. Which non-transactional behavior, not necessarily in your own program, that you've ever experienced, do you think drives the biggest behavioral change?
Oh, wow, that's probably not the easiest question. um, no, so I mean, of course, it's quite planned. The space that we're in, everything we reward is non-transactional. We don't hold a reward. We don't incentivize a payment of your membership fees. We are incentivizing you to do multiple things within our facilities and online, because we know that getting you into our spaces is the biggest, reward. So, tracking your usage, the classes you book, your online videos, etc. And if I think of the programs that I engage with, they do tend to kind of fall within that wellness space as well. If I think of discovery, vitality,
Mm.
the simplicity of that program that acknowledges my activity, reaching my goals in that week. That obviously closely resonates with me because I work, I'm involved in the Virgin program as well. But I do, if I look at an industry not related to ours, the financial services, I bank with F&B, you know, a large majority of their program, of course, there's a transactional element to it, but they're very intentional about driving financial
Mm.
well-being. And I, I think there's, strategic intent in that is, of course, it's good for them, but I can obviously reap the benefit of being financially more astute because I'm doing those activities. And, if they were to decide to turn that off one day, I'd feel that gap. I'd feel that kind of
Yeah.
loss in that program because that is actually one of the elements that I'm most engaged with is those non-transactional things. Because in the background, the transactional things are happening. I'm paying my monthly,
Mm.
account fee. I have to swipe my card or scan my app. I mean, that whole transition from getting you to scan your digital virtual card more often so that you could unlock more rewards was brilliant.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've become so accustomed to that weekly reward that I get because I know that I've got to use my phone inevitably X amount of times per week. And the week I don't do it, which is very seldom, unfortunately, but fortunately, in that I do get rewarded for that behavior. So I think there's absolute
Yeah.
merit in
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
I do think the South African banking industry, and particularly F&B eBucks, really does it superbly. So it's nice to see
Mm.
the combination. Thank you, Roz. As I expected, you didn't stumble at all. So who would you like to come on the Blind Loyalty Challenge next?
I would like to nominate Tim Fulford, who is the Chief Operating Officer at a company called Endurance Zone. And we work with them quite closely from a Virgin Active perspective. But I absolutely love what they're doing beyond what they offer us as a supplier or vendor in our program. So I'd
Okay,
be really interested to hear what his
amazing.
thoughts and see what his kind of perspective on the space is. So yeah, Tim, good
Lovely.
luck.
And where where's Tim based?
He is based in Belgium.
Okay, amazing. Great. We cross border once again. Amazing. And then a question for anyone. It might not be for Tim, but you can ask as hard a question as you like because my questions can be too easy.
Oh wow. Okay. I would say, I would like to ask whomever is, what do you think is lacking in the loyalty industry or loyalty programs? So what do you think that one thing the loyalty industry hasn't cracked
Oh, that one thing. I love it. That one thing. Beautiful. Thank you, Russ. Love chatting to you. Thank you for always just
Absolute
being a
pleasure.
close friend to the industry and a wonderful friend of truths.
Thank you, Amanda. It's been great.